Hi everyone, my name is Qistina, binti Rashid with my Matric number 2912, and today I'll be sharing about case study entitled Analyzing US Technique in the Design Cycle, case study number 3, Fitness Tracking Apps for Elderly Users. So this project is all about designing a fitness tracking apps and wearable for people aged 65 and above. It helps them track steps, monitor heart rate, and get reminders for their medication. Since the users are elderly, the main focus is to keep everything super simple, easy to use, and accessible. So let's talk about the project setup. It is a short 8-week sprint to build a working prototype. The team only has 150,000 ringgit in Malaysia to work with, and it is a small group: one US researcher, one designer, two developers, and a part-time consultant who understands elderly users. So the users have different level of technology experience, so we need to design for accessibility, like using big fonts, strong contrast, and simple navigation. Also, the wearable device has a small screen and no touch gestures. So we also have access to 5 users for testing, and we are using a free tool called Maze to help us with that. For this case study, I focus on 2 design stages, which are the research stage and the testing stage. So in the research stage, we want to learn what the users need and what challenges they face. In the testing stage, we want to check if the design is usable and easy to understand. So to support these 2 stages, we pick 3 US techniques, which are user interviews, persona, and usability testing. Each of these helps in different way, and they were selected based on how well they fit the project's goal, timeline, and also the team size. The first technique is user interviews, which we use in the research stage. This is where we talk directly to elderly users about their routines, their experience with technology, and what they find difficult. Interviews are flexible and allow us to really understand their problems, but they take time and we can only do a few. Some users may also struggle to express what they need. Compared to surveys, interviews are better here. Surveys are faster, but they can be confusing sometimes or too rigid, especially for seniors who are not comfortable with digital form. So why did we choose interviews? Many elderly users may struggle with reading or typing. Interviews let us use simple language, ask questions directly with the elderly, and explain things in the moment. Also, with only one US researcher, it is much more manageable to conduct a few meaningful interviews than to run a full survey and analyze tons of responses. All in all, interviews gave us the deep, real feedback we need without stretching our time or resources. Next, we use personas. These are fictional characters based on our interviews. For example, we might create Mary, a 68-year-old who is active and comfortable with technology or gadget, or Abu, who is 75 years old and only uses his phone for calls. So personas help the team stay focused on the real user's needs. They are useful because they bring consistency to design decision. However, they are not perfect. They are based on a small set of data and might not represent everyone. Compared to general mapping, personas are quicker and easier to create, and it's perfect for a small team on a tight deadline. And why personas? Because they are simple and effective. They don't take long to make and help the entire team, which consists of designers, developers, and everyone that remember who they have designing for. In a fast-moving project like this, personas make it easier to stay on track and avoid designing for made-up or generic users. Okay, now let's move to usability testing, which is the third US technique that we use. So usability testing, which we did in the testing stage, this means getting real seniors to try out the apps and seeing where they get stuck or it confused them. We plan on making 5 test sessions at a senior center and use Maze to track results. We also check things like, can they read the text? Are the buttons are easy to use, do the reminders make sense. This kind of testing gives us real feedback, but the downside is we only get input from five users. That might not cover everyone's experience. Compared to heuristic evaluation, which use expert opinion only, usability testing is more reliable for this audience. So why did we go with usability testing? Because it puts the real users front and center. Even though the group is small, it still reveals the biggest problem. We get to see what works and what doesn't, instead of just guessing. Plus, Maze is free and it fits the budget. So by testing early, we catch problems before they grow into something bigger. And last but not least, let's wrap things up. User interviews help us to understand our audience, and the next one, personas, help us design with empathy and focus. And the last one is usability testing, which to make sure our design actually work for the people using it. And together, these techniques help us to balance user needs with project constraints like time, team size and budget. And to close, here are my recommendations. First, focus on quality and not quantity. It is better to learn deeply from a few users than to collect shallow data from many. Second, always involve real users in the process, especially when designing for elderly people who have specific needs. The third one is pick US method, US technique that match your team timeline and also budget. And finally, always design with empathy. Keep things simple, clear and comfortable for the people who will actually use the product. So I think that will be all from me. Thank you for watching.